Hi, hello. Welcome to the episode of Isaiah's Newsstand. It's your host, Isaiah Edwards. The date is July the 6th, 2025. Hopefully, this episode finds you well, in good spirits, and high hopes. As for me, I'm doing pretty good. Feeling a bit better today. I think the rest is really paying off, all the sleep. Trying to drink enough. I can definitely tell I am not drinking enough water, especially just because it's been so hot. I'm just sweating all the time, everywhere I go. But I'm doing the best I can. I'm maintaining. But yeah, no, overall, I think things are improving. I feel like I'm in a better mental state than I was last episode. I was a bit mopey. Um, but yeah, I think we're just getting through. It was a rough weekend on a rough week, and that's how we started July. But that's okay. I'm in better sorts going into Monday. Hopefully, we just keep improving physically. As for the hand, it's fine. We're still talking to it. We're still getting better. Let's see. Well, hopefully, by midweek we'll be 100% with it, but if not, that's okay. I think I can manage with it so far, so that's good. It was able to get through the heavy lifting weekend. That's really all I kind of care about, right? So yeah. Let's see. Like I said, I feel like I'm in better mood, better sorts. I've been sleeping a lot. I didn't even talk about the fat nap I took yesterday. And then I took a fat nap today before I even got on. I was kind of waiting on some news, actually. That's my excuse. I don't want to say it's been slow. I've always said whenever someone says it's been a slow news cycle, they're making an excuse. They're not doing their work. And maybe I'm guilty of that, but I'd also add that I felt like I did despite all the craziness of last week, I really did stay on. I locked on everything. We talked Diddy. We talked all kinds of stuff. We talked about all the big beautiful bill. There was a lot of news to cover, a lot of surface area, and I feel like we hit a lot of it. So of course there's some other news and things out there, but I think for today we're just gonna do a startup, do a little headline hunting, and close it out real quick. Nothing too crazy, It's just nice and easy. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Let's do a startup, and we'll just hit a couple things, and we'll get on out of here. Hopefully, that sounds good to you. Oh, all right. Um, an update on the Texas flood situation. The toll has gone up to 70. So, obviously unfortunate. I would imagine the number is going to keep going up as they kind of go through the aftermath of the situation. But yeah, I definitely felt like it was worth noting. It looks like tariff talks going to be big as the deadlines are looming, and we've only gotten so many deals. I think recently Trump got a deal with Vietnam that he was touting. Granted, he was touting it. The Trump administration let out some details. They did not seem very favorable to Vietnam, of course. Seemed more favorable to the U.S. Now, from the Vietnam side, they said, yeah, we made a deal. We got a deal done. We worked something out. But they haven't really talked shop. They haven't really talked what are the details from their end. So, I mean, we'll see. Let's see here. Trump is talking about fucking a new party, an America party, which I think is very funny. Guy from South Africa, has been leeching off of America. Now he's not getting his way with this big beautiful bill stuff. So he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go full Andrew Yang, and I'm gonna make my own fucking party. And I'm like, bro, how are you finding a way to be more whack than that guy, bro? I remember Andrew Yang sounded really cool. Well, I mean, not really cool. That's a stretch. He sounded like an interesting guy, especially in a country where everyone's clamoring for something, just something else, because we're sick of these two parties that just suck ass. And then when you heard his fucking shit, it was just a bunch of gobbledygook nonsense. It was useless. Like, it was nothing. And it's like, okay, so you're just a prop bet. You're just a guy in a suit. You're not doing anything for us. Okay, I mean, everyone moved on from him. He wasn't worth our time. If Elon Musk is really serious about this, I don't think he's going to be any better than that. So yeah, I don't know if there's anyone out there who's like, oh, I mean, yeah, I guess I'd root for him, which would be crazy. You seen what this guy did with the whole Doge shit. Like, I could not imagine wanting to be a part of any kind of party that has him at the fucking tip of the spear. Hell no. I don't like fucking Orange Man, and, who knows what the fucking headless party is right now in the Dems, but god damn, I wouldn't want to be fucking with this shit. No, hell no. Anyway, we have I think 1.5 things I wanted to hit, and then we'll go ahead and just close it out. Let's go ahead and do our last break. Yeah, a little bit of short and easy, short style. I don't know, short and sweet. That's what we're looking for here. Oh yeah, I didn't mention this either. At least I don't think I did. Also, workout wise, I made a little bit of an at home change. I know I told you guys before, like, doing at home calisthenics was really big for me. It was one of the bedrocks that got me into working out and, like, got me into this long term plan that I'm in now. So I've always been pretty beholden to it. Like, I gotta do it. Like, that's where the real work started for me, was at home doing it in my living room. And I kind of just wanted to change of some sort, just something to switch it up, because I've been making little switches here and there, and I overall liked the little program I was doing at home. It was like a little 15-minute thing. You just kind of rotate, boom, 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 boom. But I don't know. I just wanted to switch it up and do something different, and everyone's been getting on me since I got into, especially since I got into gym stuff. They're like, you gotta stretch, man. You're not stretching. I know you're not stretching, and I wasn't, and so I've converted that time into about 5. Hopefully, I get it up to 5 to 10 minutes of just stretching time. Excuse me. And so far this week, we've tried it out, and I think I did, yeah, pretty much all but one day was a stretch day, and it was good. It felt good. It does seem like it's doing a little bit. I'm still having that, that tenderness, that soreness in places, especially my lower back. I think I still just got to keep working on those kind of things, and maybe even take some time. I don't know. We'll see. But, I definitely like it. I might do the thing, though, where I do maybe calisthenics at home once a week or something like that. Maybe do a little bit of balancing. I'm not entirely sure. But I will say I like that it kind of just gives me a little bit more time. I still get to do something at home that I feel like is beneficial. So yeah, it's been a nice, pleasant change there. So I figured I'd mention that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get back to it. This is something I pulled from the Financial Times. This is a headline, and I heard it on the BBC as well. Iran's supreme leader appears in public for the first time since Israeli attack. So the Ayatollah, is showing himself. He's out about. He's unscathed. Despite the fact that, Israel was like, we could have got this guy whenever we wanted to. I mean, okay, but you didn't. So, he's out there. He's making proclamations and statements, or whatever you do when you're the Ayatollah Khamenei. I think that's his last name, right? Maybe I got that right. And then closing out, there has been talks that Israel is quote unquote serious about a ceasefire in Gaza. I haven't wanted to talk about it because I don't feel like it's actually serious. You have the statement from Netanyahu, but then from his far right group, the what is it, the Ikavirs or whatever, you know what I'm talking about, the Smoyriches. They come out and they say, no, we don't want that. We don't want to see any changes like that. We want to keep this war footing. We want to keep pushing. We want to keep doing a genocide. Like, they are pretty out and out about it. So I don't know if this is anything more than just a tactic for PR. If you're just fucking doing this for show to say, like, yeah, we're trying. And as far as, like, Hamas, they're like, we're serious. Like, we would love a ceasefire, but there's at least a couple things that we need changed here. We need there to be actual, movement of you guys away, like a reduction of the occupation here. That has to be something. I think there's like another stipulation, and there might be, some other things that they want. But at the end of the day, they're like, look, we're serious about it as much as you guys are. We want to make this happen. We've always wanted to make this happen, especially as of late. But you guys just keep walking away from us and then doing whatever the fuck you want, and then continuing this genocide shit. I think there was something, it was tied to the GHF situation, the food aid. But I'm not exact on the specifics there. And once again, we could go through the specifics on all these stories, but they're very liquid. They change a lot. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, throughout the week. But yeah, that's what I have to bring for today, for this Sunday. But hopefully it was a fun day for you. Hopefully you've had a really good weekend. Hopefully you've been able to enjoy the holidays, if that's something you celebrate, whether it was Canada Day. That's right, I didn't shout it out, but I did. I know it was a thing. Shout out to Canada, I guess. Or the big fourth, whether you celebrate or you don't, whatever, that's your thing. And by the way, I had a whole rant that I kind of wanted to go on about people who are like, you don't celebrate the fourth or you're a problem. But I really didn't want to yuck up. I was already full of like phlegm and mucus, and I really didn't want to be a bad viber. You know what I mean? I get the sentiment. I understand. I think you're aiming at the wrong people at the end of the day, because I think celebrating any kind of like national holiday anywhere, everywhere is kind of lame and stupid and not useful. The nation state's not doing shit for you. You do shit for the nation state. So you should care about yourself. You should care about the people to the right of you, to the left of you, and the people, in other places in the world. Because at the end of the day, they're people too. Fuck whatever nation you're from or whatever you're about. In that regard, I don't really care. I think it's stupid. Like, I like the 4th of July because I get to eat a lot of fucking hamburgers and hot dogs and drink brews with my friends. I'm going to always do that. Like, I don't, unless I get sick. You know what I mean? So I like, the 4th of July for that. Fuck America. Yeah, boo America. But if they're going to give me a fucking day off, I'm going to take it. I'm not going to use it to fucking complain and point fingers at my fucking friends. Like, I just think it's weird mentality. So yeah, I got time to talk about it today. So I guess I just decided here and now. Here and now. Sorry. I'm over it. My bad. Mea culpa. I just had to get that off my chest. It bothers me. Some of my little alt friends and whatnot online, they really like to talk shit but not do anything. Anyway, that's my rant for the week or the day or whatever. We're gonna put me back in the cage. Maybe I take another nap. No, I gotta cook. I gotta cook some food, and we'll have hopefully an interesting food corner tomorrow. Anyway, to be continued. No shilling. It's Sunday. Y'all know I don't like to do that shit. So hopefully I see you soon for some more good news. I love ya. Bye bye. Mwah.